£1.79 a month. That's the cheapest HP Instant Ink plan in the UK. 10 pages, ink included. The most expensive tier is £28.99 a month for 700 pages. Miss a payment on any tier, and the cartridges in your printer, cartridges you paid for, stop working. Not slow down, stop.
This isn't a subscription for a service, it's a subscription for the printer to keep doing the thing you already bought it to do. Cancel Instant Ink, and within a short grace period, the chip inside each cartridge deactivates. The plastic is still yours, the ink inside it isn't, not anymore. Every Instant Ink cartridge carries a chip that talks to the printer, not to you. It reports pages printed, confirms you're still paying, and authorizes the next page. Pull the subscription and that chip stops authorizing anything. The cartridge can be 3/4 full and it will not print one more line.
HP calls the underlying system dynamic security. It's firmware, and firmware updates can add new authentication checks after you've already bought the printer. Ink that printed fine on Tuesday can be rejected on Wednesday, not because it's faulty, but because an update decided it no longer qualifies.
This isn't a theory. HP settled a class action over exactly this in August 2024, approved by a federal judge in March 2025. The claim, dynamic security firmware blocked third-party and refilled cartridges that worked before the update. HP settled. It did not admit wrongdoing.
Here's where the money went. 3 class representatives got $5,000. Each, lawyers were paid roughly $725,000 in fees. Everyone else in the class, every other owner affected, received nothing. Not a refund, not a cartridge, nothing.
The settlement lets owners of 21 specific HP models opt out of dynamic security firmware updates for good. If your printer isn't on that list, and it was made after December 2016, it can still receive an update that blocks ink you're legally allowed to buy elsewhere.
There's more. A separate antitrust suit filed in Illinois in January 2024 accuses HP of monopolizing the replacement cartridge market itself, not just the firmware, the market. It's still working through the courts. Nothing's been decided yet, but the pattern is now a matter of public record.
So what's the rent actually cost? Take a realistic mid-tier Instant Ink plan. Call it $9.99 a month for a household that prints often. That's £119.88 a year. Ink included, shipping included, recycling included. Sounds reasonable. It is for exactly as long as you keep paying.
Run that same $9.99 plan for 5 years, which is a normal lifespan for a home printer. $599.40. Paid monthly, without missing a beat, for a machine you already own. Stop paying in year 6, and the printer you own goes quiet, because the part that makes it print never left the meter.
Compare that to the machine itself. An Epson EcoTank ET2850 costs £169.99 once. Fill it with ink and it runs for 1 to 2 pence a black page, 5 to 8 pence for color. No chip checking in, no firmware deciding what counts as real ink.
Quick one. I keep a directory of every gadget that's passed the ownership test, sorted by category, with the setup steps to keep it off the cloud. It's called the No Subscription Tech Directory, link below. Costs less than 2 months of the average camera plan. Do the actual arithmetic. £169.99 for the EcoTank against $9.99 a month in Instant Ink fees. The tank printer pays for itself in under 18 months. Everything you print after that costs pennies, indefinitely, and nobody can switch it off because nobody's collecting a monthly fee to keep it on.
Canon's MegaTank line does the same trick differently. Bottles instead of tanks, same idea. A Pixma G3570 runs about £229.99, and a single fill produces roughly 6,000 black pages, 7,000 to 8,000 in color. That's years of home printing before you touch the ink again.
4 checks decide whether you actually own a printer. Does it work with no internet, no account? Does it store and operate locally? And does it survive the company deciding it doesn't like you anymore? Most printers fail on that 4th one, and that's the one that matters.
Epson EcoTank, 4 out of 4. No internet required, no account required, ink is yours the moment you pour it in, and there's no subscription for HP or anyone to switch off. Verdict? Owned. Canon MegaTank, same result, 4 out of 4. You own the ink the second it's in the tank, and the printer has no cloud dependency to lose. Verdict? Owned.
A cheap cartridge printer with no subscription attached looks safe. It isn't, quite. It passes 3 checks: no internet needed, no account, local operation, but fails the 4th. Firmware updates after December 2016 can still add authentication that blocks third-party or refilled ink you were using legally the week before. Verdict: compromised.
A printer sitting on HP Instant Ink passes 1 check out of 4. It needs an account. It reports home over the internet, and the moment the plan lapses, the ink it needs to function stops working, by design. Verdict: rented.
Worth remembering, the cheapest printer in the shop can be the most expensive object in your house, because you don't own the one part that makes it actually do anything. You own the plastic. They own the ink.
The fix starts at the till, not in the settings menu. Buy a tank printer, Epson EcoTank or Canon MegaTank, instead of a cartridge printer. That one decision does more work than every setting change combined, because it removes the chip, the account, and the meter entirely.
If you already own a cartridge printer, decline the subscription every time setup offers it. Some setup flows enroll you into ink plans by default, buried in a recommended step. Read it. Decline it. It will ask more than once.
Install the basic driver, not the full software suite. The suite is where the ink ordering prompts, the account nagging, and the telemetry live. The basic driver just prints. That's the only feature you actually asked for.
Quick one. I keep a directory of every gadget that's passed the ownership test, sorted by category, with the setup steps to keep it off the cloud. It's called the No Subscription Tech Directory, link below. Costs less than 2 months of the average camera plan.
Turn off automatic firmware updates. This is the specific mechanism that has, on record, disabled ink that worked the day before. New authentication checks arriving quietly overnight. An update you didn't ask for can cost you a cartridge you already paid for. If the printer only ever prints things from your own house, don't connect it to the internet at all. USB or a local network is enough for every home job. A printer with no route out cannot receive an update that turns against you because it can't receive anything.
Notice what actually changed across every fix. None of it involves paying more. It's the opposite. Every step removes a dependency on an account, on a connection, on a company's ongoing goodwill. Ownership in this category is mostly a list of things you refuse to plug in.
Zoom out and the pattern matches the whole series, except worse. A camera subscription paywalls footage you could otherwise watch. A printer subscription paywalls the printer's basic function. Cancel a camera plan and you lose convenience. Cancel Instant Ink and the hardware in front of you stops doing its one job.
That's also why this is the one category in this series with a court case attached. A class action was brought, HP settled it, and a federal judge approved that settlement. HP admitted no wrongdoing and agreed to let owners of 21 models refuse the firmware anyway. You can draw your own conclusion from a company paying to end a case it says it did nothing wrong in.
The scorecard, one more time. EcoTank, owned. MegaTank, owned. An unsubscribed cartridge printer, compromised, because the next firmware update is out of your hands. Anything on Instant Ink, rented. One missed payment from Silence.
None of this requires spending more money. An EcoTank starts at $169.99, cheaper over 5 years than most Instant Ink plans. And after that first fill, printing costs are measured in pence, not pounds, forever, on hardware nobody but you controls.
So before you buy the next printer, ask the only question that matters. If the company disappeared tomorrow, would this thing still print? If the answer's no, you were never buying a printer. You were renting one, a page at a time.